Gunbroker, ATF visits, solvent traps, and FRTs. Oh my, let's talk about it. What is up, Wolverines, and welcome back to my studio. This is John Crump News, and I'm your host for today, John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist that concentrates on the 2A space, and this is a doozy, so you might want to buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to go for a ride. If you could do me a huge favor, like, comment, and subscribe, share this video, because this one really needs to get out there, and you will understand why in 1 second. But before we do that, we are brought to you by JSD Supply. JSD Supply is your one-stop shop for everything that you need to complete your build. They have slides, barrels, parts kits, no matter what you need, they have. For a limited time, you can use code CRUMP and get $10 off your order above $100 and get free shipping. It's a really good deal. You should go ahead and do it. All right, guys, now let's jump into today's story, which is a doozy, like I warned you. And I'm going to play a video that you might have seen earlier on the channel, but I'm going to play it again because it is great. Our buddy Nick, who's the viewer, handled this situation perfectly. And I want to play the video so you can see what happens in its entirety. So this video might be a little bit long, but it is worth it. And if you checked out my video on Rifle Remedy 2000, I think you will start putting together the pieces here like I did. Okay, so I was hit up by a bunch of people who bought FRT triggers and they were getting visited by the ATF. There are about 3 sellers. I have not been able to run down a lot of information on the other 2 quite yet because I was concentrating on the guy with the majority of the sales. And his name was Rifle Remedy 2000. And you can go watch that video about him. But he was also selling solvent traps, and people started getting visited by the ATF because they had these solvent traps. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. It's the same guy, Rifle Remedy 2000. So I contacted him and I had a little conversation with him. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and look at the video that Nick sent in.
Hey, sir, how are you? Good.
Hey, Nick, what's going on, man?
How's it going?
Hey, with the ATF.
Okay.
I'm hearing about a solvent trap that you ordered.
Okay.
Do you still have it?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay. Well, we're actually here to recover them because they're being used as suppressors.
Do you have a warrant?
I don't have a warrant. If you
Okay.
let me finish, I can talk to you. Okay?
Yep.
They're being used as suppressors. Now, we're just here to pick them up. If you don't have it, you can sign that you don't have it anymore.
I'm not going to sign anything.
Okay, don't sign anything. So what will happen is if you're caught with it, we'll prosecute you federally.
Sure.
For an NFA item. Okay.
Sure.
You're obviously going to be on the radar now. I appreciate all the cooperation. We just came to pick it up and have it destroyed. But since you're being such a polite person,
I mean,
we'll leave it at that. We know what you're using it for, correct? I mean, you bought a
No,
jig
you
with
don't.
it for your AR-15?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So
This
but
isn't
if
the
you
first time we've done this.
If you want to come back with the warrant, I mean, you can do that.
Okay,
Take your hand
absolutely.
out of your pocket for me, please.
I'm sorry?
Take your hand out of your pocket for me.
You're on my property. I can put my hands where I want them.
All right, we're law enforcement. We're here talking to you in an official capacity, so
You're on my
have your hand
property.
in your pocket. So
Right.
we're not trying to be jerks here.
You are,
honestly.
though. You're
We're
the
not.
ATF.
We're not.
I mean,
We're
you're the ATF. Come
We're
on.
idiots?
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
Oh, what'd
I
you
said
say?
you're the ATF.
Correct.
All your entire job is to take away people's guns.
I don't think you have any idea what our job is.
I know
actually.
everything about your job.
Oh,
All it
please
is
tell
to
me.
erode the Second Amendment.
Okay.
Shall not be infringed.
So violent criminals with guns that we take off the street.
That's like at Waco, like at Ruby Ridge.
Oh my gosh.
My dogs.
You need to quit.
I need to keep my dogs
You
in the
need to
house.
quit reading so
Give
many
Give me a
books.
break. Yeah, it was
You're watching too many shows and
Okay.
reading too many books.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll find you again someday.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good one.
Yeah,
I
you too.
appreciate the cooperation.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Watch out for the dogs, guys.
Nick handled that like a straight up Wolverine. Now let's get back to the story. For a while, people were buying solvent traps and using what's called a Form 1 to register it under the NFA so they can produce a suppressor. And that was totally legal until it wasn't. The ATF started cracking down on places like the Diversified Machine and other places that sold suppressors. They actually criminally charged some people. So let's go back to Rifle Remedy 2000. Okay, so Rifle Remedy 2000 was chilling in his apartment when about 20 ATF agents and local law enforcement came through. And according to Rifle Remedy 2000, they took everything that was electronic, phones, computers, and anything he had anything written down on. According to him, the ATF didn't get any customer information because they were only there for 20 minutes. And everything was stored on a cloud. And right after they left, he went and got a new computer and changed passwords to all that stuff. The ATF only spending 20 minutes on a raid with 20 people is kind of suspicious, but that's what he claims. And he kind of threw Gunbroker under the bus. He said he thought that Gunbroker was giving out customer information, which I do not believe that they are. Whatever the case, I don't believe that we are being told the full story here. And I'm not going to say whether I think that someone gave over information or not. I'm not going to claim I know who did that. I'm just stating that I don't think we're getting the full story here. And a 20-minute raid or visit, whatever you want to call it, where they took computers, cell phones, and papers, and they didn't charge anyone is kind of unheard of. He also claimed that the ATF didn't ask him about any customer information, which is also kind of strange. It's really strange that they would show up with 20 agents plus local law enforcement to execute a search warrant, take a bunch of electronic equipment and written down stuff without asking about passwords or where the customer information is or anything like that. It just doesn't make sense to me, but I can't say either way because I wasn't there and I didn't witness it. I'm just saying what Rifle Remedy 2000 has told me. Now, Colin McMillan, who is the 21-year-old kid who goes by Rifle Remedy 2000, has not been charged with any crimes that I can find, which is also very strange. I can't say what's going on here, but I'm just saying we're not getting the full story. Then there's this. At this point in the conversation, he was not aware I knew about any of the solvent trap stuff. So I sat on that for a while until the very end. And I asked him, well, what about the solvent traps? He got quiet and came back and said, no comment. So yeah, now he knows I know about the solvent traps. I've been following his account on Gunbroker and I noticed something very interesting last night. He is still selling solvent trap parts. This is a screenshot from his Gunbroker account. Now, that leads me to the question. If 20 ATF agents showed up at your house with local law enforcement because you were selling solvent traps on Gunbroker, would you still be selling solvent trap parts? That's not for me to answer. That is for you to decide for yourself. But if you bought a solvent trap or FRT from Rifle Ready 2000, I would just tread lightly. And if you haven't been visited by the ATF yet, expect to visit. It's not a matter of if they will show up, it's a matter of when. All right, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and share the video out, like, comment, and subscribe. My name is John Crump. I love you very much. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keeping the fight. I am out of here. Wolverine's motherfucker. Okay, full stop. I was done with the video, but then Nick texted me and said that the ATF showed up at his employer's place and they wanted to know if Nick worked there. Nick is the guy that produced the video, and this is an escalation. This is a way that they use to intimidate gun owners, but if you saw the video, Nick doesn't seem to bend too easily. So they might show up at your employer's place if you refuse to turn over your stuff. I am already in contact with several gun organizations, GOA, for example, about this to see what we can do. All right. Thank you guys so much. And Wolverines, motherfucker.